When I know they listen to wetin Davido dey talk. Forget 30 billion.
Davido na Obi na.
Forget 30 billion. Hustle.
I no go give am like this.
Would you call the cops? Or would you tell yourself?
We have a topic that was trending over the weekend. So a particular post was put up, and then Yul Edochie, the actor, yes, Peter Edochie's son, replied. It's something about broke people, broke men, broke women. Someone was saying that we don't need that. How much do you think a man must have in his account before he gets married or before it's time for him to settle down? Then Yul Edochie replied that tweet by saying that when he got married, he did not even have an account, that he saw the right woman, he decided to go by faith, and look at how things turned around for him. He's doing very well now, happily married with money in his account. So we decided to ask today, what is the ideal amount a man must earn or have in his account before he decides that it is time for him to settle down? Let me ask you, let me personalize it. How much do you think that, are you married?
I'm not married yet.
All right. So how much would you want to have in your account before you tell your babe that baby gay, it's time, let's get married?
Okay, let's say minimum of 500.
All right. Maximum of?
Maximum of $1 million plus.
$1 million plus, okay.
Maybe like 700K.
Well, for me, let me just be frank, because we were having this conversation yesterday. So when it comes to marriage, I think there shouldn't be any certain amount of money in quote or outside quote. But what is there is this: for a guy to get married, and you know you've made up your mind that this is what I want to do. Once you get a lady that is productive enough, somebody that can work with you, you know, that if I'm getting 5,000 daily coming in from my hustle, this lady can turn this 5,000 to 50,000, 100,000, help me manage the money. Then I see no reason why you'll be holding back. You just have to do the do.
If you ask me, just like you asked me, I may say that a man does not necessarily to have all the whole money in his accounts before you can talk about settling down. But man should be capable enough to, and also having the knowledge of marriage before you go into it. At least you should be matured enough before you talk about marriage. Marriage is not just something you dabble into just because you want to get married.
It can any amount depending what he wants. We want the kind of it's just like a market. The woman is just like I'm sorry, the women is just like a market. Depending the kind of a lady that him maybe he want, the man want. Depending that will not determine the amount that he will be going for. You get what I'm saying now? So if you want maybe what they call high class, you will not sit down and do your homework. If you want a low class, you do your homework. If you want just a middle class, you do your homework. So it's not depending the kind of a lady him or the man is looking at.
It's not the amount you have in your account determines the marriage. What determines the marriage is the happiness in the marriage. You may be earning a little and you have happiness in the marriage if your wife or your partner understands with you.
I understand all these ones, but how much? Okay, let me not personalize it, let me generalize it. How much do you think a man should earn or have in his account before he decides that it's time for him to get married?
It depends on you. You can't steal. It depends on what you have. You may have, let's say, 50 or 60,000 or 7. It depends. You don't have to have 1 million before you can say you want to get married. Because some people say, if I don't have a house, if I don't have a 2 rooms or 5 rooms apartment before I can get married, but it is about how you look. Like my father, when he got married to my mom, we just stay in 1 room. From 1 room we graduated to 2 rooms. From 2 rooms we graduated to 3 rooms. But now he has the whole house, but it's late now. But it's a gradual process. It depends on understanding.
Well, I can't really say how much you have in your account now. It depends how much you're earning, or probably how continuously you're making that income. That will determine, okay, if you're going to get married or not. As a Muslim, we don't believe in until you get a lot of millions in your account before you get married. Get somebody who will understand you very well and understand the situation of the country, because you don't know, if you don't get married yet, you don't know if maybe until you get your children, in school, or probably when you get your children, maybe that's when you're going to get, you understand, going to get better for you. So I think it depends on how often you're getting that income.
Do you think that with the way things are in Nigeria now, I'm talking the way things are, I'm talking about how the amount things are being sold for and the way things are when you go to the market, you know that for you to make proper pot of soup now, correct money, for you to live in a good place, correct money. Do you think that a family can survive with just 150,000 naira salary?
150,000 monthly. That's big now. This is Nigeria today. We're hustle. We are in the street of Lagos. Anything can happen. Hustle, okay wears. Your wife can start 50,000, get okay wears, resell, make up to 70,000 daily. It all depends. Just get the person that have the hustling spirit. You understand? Somebody that can hustle with you. Man, marriage is sweet when you two can hustle together. Forget when you have million. But I know they listen to waiting the video they talk. Forget 30 billion. Forget 30 billion. Hustle. If something go hustle, make they no carry your girlfriend for motor for tinted glass. You can just stay there. They shout, guy, more. Your girl there inside the motor. Hustle.
Yes, I think they can. They can if they are not the spending type. If they can manage the resources, the least one they have, yes, they can.
Well,
maybe because of my profession, I just have to look at it from different angles. If you're having opportunity to earn, or you're earning that amount of money and it's consistent, to me, I can always say that you do everything, you plan everything, you plan yourself around it. You don't do more than yourself, or you don't spend more than you earn. Because if you do so, you know the aftermath effects.
Ufoma, can you marry a man who earns 150,000 naira a month?
That depends on the location. Because if someone earns 150,000 naira and is working in Lagos, he has to have a side hustle. Because you think of rent, think of your family, upkeep and all. 150,000 naira cannot take it. But then if someone is earning 150,000 naira and staying in Katsina, Kano, Jalingo, you're a big guy. So it actually depends on the location. You know, the cost of living varies in different places.
For now, I can't say man should have a minimum or maximum amount. The fact that you are working and since you are working, you should know that you are arrived, as in what you have is enough for you to cater for your family. There's no amount, there's no staple amount or anything that can say based on what you are or what you have now, you should get married. No, I don't believe on that. But sometimes marriage, money do something a lot in marriage, because one, it helps even to build love. Yes. Of course, you are a lady now. If your guy doesn't have a money like that, the love will not be there. If you have money, you have a lot of money. You can enjoy life, enjoy marriage as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can, even with 100K, you can. But
I'm not talking 100 from the man and 100 from the woman. I mean 100, like both of them, they take home what they get to save at the end of the month. No, not get to save. What comes in at the end of the month is 100,000 naira.
yeah, if you have an understanding partner who can cut down on your expenses, yeah, you can.
Now you're saying this because you're married, Abi?
A lot of people survive for like 50K. The man brings in like maybe 50, and then the wife brings 50. So it's 100, and then she knows what comes in at the end of the month, so she has to stick to it. Unless they get a better job or they have their own business.
So as a young man in Nigeria, would you say that you are under any pressure, especially now, like you're from your parents to give them grandkids? Are you under any pressure, even from your girlfriend, to make it official?
That's a normal thing. Even currently now, I'm experiencing it now. So it's a normal thing nationwide. I'll put it that way. Not even in this state.
Yeah, but somehow, in some area, like Yoruba, the Yoruba will tell you when you are going up to 30 years old, you should plan to get married. But from the east side, they believe get your hustle. Once your hustle is perfect, then you're ready to do that. Yeah, person like me, I'm a Yoruba, and I'm over 30. I'm going to 40 right now, but yet I'm still looking for somebody who will understand my hustle. And even my family, they understand me and they know I'm really, really, blend in the street to understand what I want, so they don't disturb me.
They are, especially when age is not on their side. And then it depends on the kind of family they come from too, especially when you're the first son or first daughter. And then there are people under you that are waiting for you to go so that they can go, so yes.
Yes, they are under a lot of pressure. It's them that put themselves inside that pressure. Do you know why? Because you tell the person you are getting married to, this is what I have, this is what I do, I can't steal, this is what I'm going to do. We have to think together, reason together. I told you about my parents too. My father just only have one room when he gets married to my father and my mother. From one room to 2 rooms. From 2 rooms we went to 3 rooms and a parlor. I have my own room, my mom has his own, my dad has his own. So that's how it should be. It's a gradual process. Rome was not built in a day. So marriage is a gradual process too. I think so.
Of course. The pressure will be on them. From the man family, from the woman family. The man will not become an ATM at that very moment. He become an ATM that everybody want to go and extract from. Everybody want to go. If they want to anything, if the time for the family of the man to go to the family of the woman, they ask, go and meet your husband and collect some money so that we use it to prepare what they are going to eat. It's the time for buy the things, except some parents that from the woman side now that okay, some parents will not say okay, what can we do for our daughter that's preparing for marriage? That's when they will now put maybe some little support. But there's some situation whereby they will just put everything on the shoulder of the man. Ask the man to shoulder everything. You get what I'm saying now? So that's just the way I see it.
I think I know of a 22-year-old that got married, like he earned 70K. And then he got married and they're living well.
How much does the wife earn?
I don't really know, but the guy earns for 70.
And he's married at 22.
Yeah, and they have a child.
Wow, that's so beautiful. This is the much you can take on the streets of Lagos today. It's been Vox Pop Live on Talk PULSE TV. Yes, my name is Rachel and I'm Isaac, your girl Ray Ray, and I am signing out. Bye, guys.